on Waverly Street in Albany, like right on the main drag there. He had the shop next door, or next to the house, which was just full of stuff, as you can imagine my dad's shop would be. But he had a bunch of like random, like full like stand-ups. There was one of like Daryl, who's that quarterback for the black quarterback for the Redskins in the 80s.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. God, and now
looking it up.
And now I've completely forgotten the point of the story.
Your dad had a lot of stuff in the shop. He lived in Albany, on Waverly Street.
I would say right before that.
Imagine that.
Shit, I'll remember.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
This is random stuff I would find up in the attic, and one thing that stood out to me, I was trying to remember what it was.
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams, that's right. I remember there being a bunch of Playboys out there. Found those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, this is weird too. Like, I remember in Crestwell, there was a chest of drawers in the bedroom that I slept in, and I opened it up, and there were a bunch of like BDSM, like lesbian trading cards. And I was like, huh.
That's a good topic to talk about when Dave gets on here. We can talk about times we found porn.
Like, yeah, times we found porn. Dude, there was a lot of weird things that happened at that place on Waverly. Like, I was in the backyard talking to my girlfriend. I was like 19. And I'm just kind of walking around on the back patio, and the next door neighbor girl flips on the light and just takes it off. And I'm like,
tits.
And she's putting on her bikini to go swim in the pool. And like, I'm on the phone, and I'm just like, yeah, so what? She's like, what? I was like, nothing.
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, it's just Doug Williams cut out. But I always wonder what like happened to that stuff, because like it had to have at least some value.
Oh, I'm sure, but not really. Like, if you look on eBay for old Playboys, they're not very valuable.
I was talking about like the stand-ups of Doug Williams.
Oh yeah, those would be probably worth more.
What time does Dave remember that we're recording today?
Oh, 7:35, 7:36, somewhere in there.
Dude, the text.
I told you.
It was so perfect. It was so funny. And yeah, he texted me. I'm like, well, I have to tell him what Robin said. And then he fucking cracked up. And then I'm like, well, I have to show Robin what Dave said.
So you finished Sopranos?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I basically spent, 6 months watching it? I started.
You started in like August, I think.
Yeah, and I watched a good amount during football season.
Yeah.
Driving back and forth. So yeah, about 6 months, and like I'm mad about it after 6 months. I can't imagine investing 7 years of my life in that show, right, and having it like just wrap the way it did in the last 3-4 episodes. It was so frustrating. It was just like, if someone gets on screen, they're gonna die. It's like everyone I liked like became a piece of shit by the end of the show, and with the exception of Syl, and we'll get into it.
Okay. I started it again. Go Ducks. I'm on like episode 8, I think.
It's like even Carmela, it's just the worst.
Dude, from season 1, when she has the pastor stops by.
Yeah.
And she's just like, are we gonna do it? He's like, what? No, I don't do that.
I'm a priest.
She's like, what if I was a little boy? No.
Ow. What was? Yeah, it's like AJ becomes just like a total bitch. They drug out, like he ODs in the bathroom at the club, and they just like never follow up on it. He just like comes out, he's like, "Yep, just fucking." He either OD'd or had a withdrawal, but he's like on the floor, like tweaking out in the bathroom at the club, and it's like, okay, they never follow up on it.
I wonder how much of the ending of that show was budget and people wanting to get paid, but also at the same time, like we want to be done with the show, as well as like the showrunners and.
Oh, I have thoughts. Yeah, I found the ending very unsatisfactory or unsatisfying. What that is one thing. There are a couple things I did like about the show, and again, more on that later. But I'll share one of the malapropisms are hilarious throughout the show.
Like, I don't even know what that word means.
Oh, a malapropism is when you use a word incorrectly. For instance, like when Tony says something like, "What I'm okay with letting the past be bygones."
Oh yeah.
You know, little things like that.
They do that even in the first season because he said one. And I don't remember what it was, but I was like, that's not it.
Oh, he said, "I'm prostate with grief."
So close.
And I was like, I'm going to call Dave.
Oh, I was going to wait till 7:40.
Oh, I'm doing it now. My computer, you know. Oh, I can hear it in my headphones. That's crazy.
It's either computer or he's taking a shit.
Or he's dead. We're sorry. David Eaton. That was weird. What time is it?
Dave time. Hey, I haven't had to call him since. Oh, there's a text.
Hello, Dave.
Was it the computer or the pooper?
I was on the computer, but I was finishing up an assignment.
Assignment.
And my phone's like on like super silent over there.
Double secret probation.
Facing down, so I didn't see anything.
My phone's always on silent.
Yeah, like lasagna. Real G's move.
It's already enough of a distraction. If it was beeping at me all the time, I would never get anything done.
Yeah, I don't get anything done anyway.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
I really love how for some reason I have to change my settings all the time.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, like somebody else used my Skype, and they're like, "Oh, I don't like to use the headphones and microphone." Nope. It's like captions on the living room TV. When my dad's like, "Who turned captions on?" And I'm like, "Who's the only person in here that likes captions? Me." And he's like, "Well, how do I turn them off?" I was like, "I've turned them on enough times that you should learn how to turn them off."
Either that or learn to read.
Yeah. I converted Jen to a closed caption TV person because I don't like listening. I don't like watching TV at a loud volume. Just like I don't like listening to music at a loud volume if there's someone else in the car, because I would prefer to have a conversation with the music in the background unless we're jamming out. Like if we're both like rocking out, like I'll crank that shit, but then I'll turn it down for the next song.
Or if you need to see signs.
Right, that makes sense. I turn captions on for like a Chernobyl because they have accents.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, like they'll say a line and something, and I'll be like, "Hold on, I don't know what that was." And I'll
What did he say?
And then put the captions on. Yeah.
Yep. I watch a lot of late night TV too.
Yes.
So I don't want the volume. Well, that and you guys know my house. There's no doors anywhere, so sound travels pretty good in my house. So I usually have the volume down to where I have to like really pay attention to hear the voices.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear voices in the head of me. They understand. They come to me.
That's one thing that's really nice about if you watch The Office with the volume down, it's really easy to fall asleep to, because unless Michael and Dwight are doing something wild, everyone talks pretty quietly in that show.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's an office.
Yeah, they're very their meter and their tone is very relaxing. Yeah, and then suddenly, Michael, what are you doing?
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
My dad, he's like, "Hey, did you know that Creed Bratton was a member of a band called the Grassroots?" I'm like, "Yes." They talk about it like 3 times in the show. You think
he's also a cult leader and follower.
Make more money as a leader, have more fun as a follower.
Yeah.
How does it go? I made love with many people under the moonlight and the mud. It's possible a man could have slipped in there. There'd be no way of telling.
There'd be no way of knowing.
There'd be no way of knowing.
Often in the mud and rain.
There it is. It's also like, it also reminds me of Zoolander when he's like, "There was a moment when she was squished between the Maori tribesman and the dwarf."
Zoolander.
Dude, I haven't watched Zoolander in a long time.
I was just thinking, what is this, a school for ants?
Watch Groundhog's Day on Groundhog's Day.
Groundhog Day. I did not watch it, and I'm disappointed.
What? Oh.
Because I've gotten to the point where I don't really want to get DVDs out. I'm like, it seems like a lot of work. And if I can't figure out where it's streaming, then I don't.
I'm surprised, like, we ended up renting it, but I'm legitimately surprised you did not have that on your Fandango.
No, because I've had the DVD for so long that I didn't need it. Like, I have the DVD. It's either right there or over there.
DVD.
But that's one I should definitely have on digital.
I was thinking you're talking about DVDs and stuff like that.
The other day.
It was like age hit me again the other day when you say DVDs, and we were talking about VHSs the other day in class.
Yeah.
And of course, me and the teacher.
That's the only 2 people that had them.
Yeah, that had VHS collections.
Dude, I've had to buy Star Wars like 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Alex in Terminator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what. That's me and Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Really?
I have that on VHS, DVD, and a digital somewhere.
I've had to buy Home Alone several times because it's been scratched or lost or borrowed, and I know Riv has at least 2 copies. There's one in the car, and I have one.
The only thing I've had multiple copies of, and I ended up, and most of them were burned copies. Between my buddy Aaron and I, we had like 11 copies of the Black Album by Jay-Z, because like we would listen to it and then we'd lose it, and then I'd just burn another one, and then it'd be in my car, and then I'd burn one for him because he lost it, And yeah, so
that was a good one though.
Yeah, we had just like 11 copies floating around between the two of us.
Mine was Mark, Tom, and Travis show. I couldn't tell you how many copies of that are around.
Oh, Red Light District by Ludacris also.
Metallica Black Album.
You just had copies?
Yeah.
So the Black Album. Oh wait, that's Jay-Z. Damn it.
No. Either that or Garth Brooks. I've had a lot of Garth Brooks in a lot of different
His greatest hits album?
No, just a bunch of different albums. Like I had eight tracks, cassettes, a couple vinyls at one point, CDs, and now
Did
I
you
don't
blame
have
it all on your roots?
Yep.
To Shut Up in Boots.
Shut Up in Boots.
Everywhere he goes.
Yeah. And now I don't have a single Garth Brooks album anywhere now.
I spent last night in the arms of a girl from Louisiana.
So I've lost all of them, and then Garth Brooks is only on Amazon Music, and I'm like, I'm not paying for Amazon Music just to listen to Garth Brooks.
It's also on YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm also not going to pay for the YouTube that plays while I shut my phone off.
Cheap ass.
It seems like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I wonder, so they do things sometimes on Spotify that they'll have a podcast, but it's actually songs that aren't supposed to be on Spotify. Or songs that aren't officially songs.
That's kind of awesome.
So let's see what happens. Because, like, I found the entire Fallout New Vegas soundtrack complete with Wayne Newton talking in between the songs. And so it's like, so I'll put it on when I'm driving, and I'll just be driving along, and it's like, hey, New Vegas, it's me. it's really cool. Let's see, Garth Brooks. Oh, wait. Garth Brooks is on Spotify.
Oh, is he?
There's a few tracks. Well, it looks like his features.
Yeah, it's just feature. Yeah, because I listened to which one was it? It was one of his hits, but the guy that actually wrote the song also recorded it, and then he was playing a live version, and Garth Brooks showed up to sing the song with him, and I'm like listening to the song, I'm like, this isn't Garth Brooks, and then Garth Brooks starts singing, and then I looked at the description of the song, and I was like, oh.
Let's see.
Dude, I went on an 80s music kick the other day. I'm just going back through my music. I downloaded a whole bunch of 80s shit. We built this city. Oh my God, it's Wayne Newton. I'd take a bullet for you.
Yeah, so it's like you'll all just be driving along, and it's just like that'll come. I'll put that just randomly in my liked songs, so it'll just pop on.
I can't help now. Every time I hear any kind of Ink Spots song, I don't want to set the world on fire. Yeah.
Fired guy.
But yeah, Ink Spots. I went on an Ink Spots kick for a while just because after the Fallout show came out,
yeah,
I was like, I want to listen to that song on repeat. And so I started listening to a bunch. So I listened to a whole Ink Spots album, and there's like 7 songs on their greatest hits that start out bum 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 bum, like the same guitar, maybe a different key or something, but it's the same exact thing, and I'm like,
well, it's like if you listen to enough Johnny Cash, you hear the down 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 enough, like at the beginning of enough songs.
Well, I've noticed that
which song is it?
If you listen to any one artist enough,
it's country music's Tone Loc.
If you listen to any one artist enough, you'll hear it.
Yeah, right.
Especially artists that play their own instruments. Not so much artists that are just singers.
Like Katy Perry. You're not gonna...
You're not going to hear that in Katy Perry songs, but just about any act.
Phil Collins has a few different things that you're like, yep, that's
feel
it.
Going in the air tonight. They had that playing on the bus ride the other day to our game, and I was like, "Sing the chorus, guys." Nobody got it. I was like, "You guys suck."
All right, that actually brings up I'll save this for the show. I have a good question now that we're.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. We're gonna talk.
Did you guys remember a story to tell?
Remind me what it's supposed to be about, and I'll come up with one real quick.
I'm gonna mute my mic, and then I'm gonna tell a story, and you guys are gonna voice it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you're gonna do it, and then.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could also like record it my version with my phone because it'll be muted, so it won't record it on here. And then I could play it back or something.
Okay, yeah, we can. We all have that technology.
I just remember then my sister showed up and we had Christmas.
Oh, I wish I could find that.
Now you got ink spot stuck in your head.
There's always. It's one of those things, like when I get into, like, I'm playing a little bit right now, like I'm not playing a ton of Fallout, but when I go on a kick and I'm doing nothing but Fallout, like I will also just kind of listen to Fallout music.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I must have downloaded like 30, 40, 80 songs.
And I'm just like, all I do is think about it all day. I'm like, okay, after this I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna go do this. Like the whole fact that the United States Navy now has a Helios weapon. I'm like, Helios 1. I'm like, yes, we have the Helios 1. We're going to win the battle.
We've got boats with freaking lasers on their heads.
Wait, I know what happens next.
I know what happens next.
I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Is that game? That game came out and everyone hated it. I was really excited for it, and then I never played it. Is it good?
It was super glitchy for a long time. I didn't get it for like a year, and it was still glitchy.
Oof.
Then they came out with a Liberty City or Liberty
Falls,
just like every other video game, Liberty something.
Yeah.
It's an expansion. And then I haven't downloaded that yet because it's another $30 and I still haven't finished the game. But I haven't had any problems since. But it was also one of those things because it came out on Xbox Series X.
That's right.
But was available for Xbox One, and it was super glitchy because of the way they made it. It was super glitchy. Now that I'm playing it on a One, and it's been 5 years, I think, or something like that, I haven't had a single problem.
I'm your host, Mr. News. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place, you have. And now the news.
You have.
And now the news.
Power plant remains dormant despite NCR's.
The Helios 1 power plant remains dormant.
What was I gonna say? Don't know.
To reactivate the facility.
Oh wait, it was about a game. Oh, GTA 6. When the fuck is that coming out?
I don't know, but dude, I got so excited for that Need for Speed trailer.
It does look good.
Dude,
I mean, it looks like the other game.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the best part about
that's why I started playing Wreckfest, because I watched that trailer and I've been playing Wreckfest. I'm like, fucking run people over.
The thing about Need for Speed is it got away from the core gameplay, run away from the police.
Yeah,
that's
like even back when it was on the PC only, before the PlayStation and Xbox, that's what the goal was.
Yeah, the whole point of the game: escape the cops.
Yeah, go fast, outrun the cops.
And then they came out the one where you are a cop,
which was fun.
Yeah,
those are fun too. Yeah, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, Hot Pursuit came out shortly. I want to say it came out shortly after Fast and the Furious. And everyone's like, I'm Paul Brake Checks, whatever his name is.
Paul Brake Checks. That's the name of this pre-show. Like the last few Need for Speed.
That needs to be your name if you play it online.
Yeah, Paul Brake Checks.
Paul Brake Checks.
Or Paul Wheelchair.
Paul Fireman.
Paul Brake Checks.
One of my favorite things that happens when I listen to Eminem.
Paul Crawler out of a burning plane.
He didn't crawl out. He didn't make it.
Oh, no, he tried.
One of my favorite things that Eminem does is once he goes into his E style rhymes, I'm just waiting for him to say something about Christopher Reeves, and so most of the time he doesn't. But I'm just like my brain is already, the Pavlovian experiment has happened, and I'm already thinking about the fact that Christopher Reeves is in a wheelchair. Oh, everybody, look at me. I'm like, oh, here he's going to say something about Christopher Reeves.
Sonny Bono hitting a tree.
I'm like, oh, no, he didn't.
The other one I was thinking of, Paul Anakin Skywalker.
That's pretty good.
No!
You were the chosen one.
Oh, that's what it is. Because when I smoke out, I hit the trees harder than Sonny Bono.
Mm-hmm. I think he mentions Sonny Bono at least twice. LeBron James. LeBron is now finally shaving his head.
Oh,
he's given up on the hair plugs. He's like, fuck it. Nothing is saving this fucking hair.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it would be a short conversation, but the fucking trade.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm watching.
Yeah.
Luke is on the bench because he's not active at least till Monday, but still.
Mm-hmm.
They also played the Mavs game before this.
They
almost blew a 27-point lead on the Celtics. Peyton Pritchard was fucking turning it up.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about the modern NBA. Like, I remember when a 15-point lead was a death sentence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now people will come back from that shit all the time.
That's just 5 threes.
Yeah.
Man, and what has happened to the fucking Ducks? God damn it. 4 in a row now they've lost.
They traded with the Blazers.
That's what I said the other day.
Yeah. I enjoyed Oregon basketball more when we sucked at the beginning of the year and we were really good at the end of the year.
Yeah, can we just flip that back to that time? Like, we're not improving. To be fair, they're playing in a better league, a better conference.
Yeah.
But although we still would have played Arizona State, but we don't play Washington State. We don't play Colorado. Luckily, we don't have to go to Colorado anymore.
Yeah,
fuck. Jinx. You owe me some Coke.
All right, man.
Hey. Speaking of,
you ready for a good-ass show?
Coke. Yo. Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again.
It's Black History Month again. Black again.
It's another edition. It's another episode of my show, Adjacent. And you might recognize him from your mom's cell phone wallpaper. It's Dave.
I had a dream.
Wait, no.
We're gonna start off every show this month with a Black History quote.
Black History speech.
Yeah, and today's is bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Advice from the hood.
Nick Tony's nuts. Get the fuck out and run.
Even for Black History Month, if we're singing a song, we can't say it
No.
unless we're alone and our windows are up. Anyways,
Checks out.
checks out. Speaking of checking out on Black History Month, it's Robin.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, yep, that's me checking out on. Although I am the one who said we're black adjacent.
Black Santa.
Yeah, I don't have them anymore. Anyway, I am Robin.
No.
I do appreciate the month, but it's the shortest month. Wait, no, damn it. Speaking of the short, no, damn it.
No.
He's the tallest. Anyway, bringing it back around. I think is that a CM Punk shirt? I can't tell what it
No,
is. Anyway,
it's the Colorado Avalanche.
of course it is. We're in a Colorado Avalanche shirt. It's a hoop snake known as Jake.
My Black History Month quote of the week is George Bush does not care about black people.
Wait, I got one too. I'm Slim Shady. No, wait.
wait, no.
To use black music so fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
There we go.
Yeah.
See if I can- Yeah. That's fun.
It's
So,
Rock 95 Thursday. Woo!
We got some fun stuff to do. I had a question. We also have a game that we're going to play and talk about some television,
Oh, I watched some movies too.
some
'Cause
movies,
that's what I do.
some sports.
What was the other one?
What,
I'll write 'em down.
why Dave's finger smells that way?
Why does Dave's finger smell that way? What's he doing?
What are you doing, Dave?
I think he was trying to
Nothing.
play a sound or something.
No,
No.
That sounded
It's probably not
suspiciously
going.
false.
Yeah, Dave's being very suspicious right now.
oh, it's not going through.
You got a anti-sound filter over there. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be.
All right, so here's my big question, music related. Let's say there's a guitarist on stage and there's a curtain in front of him, and they play one chord on the guitar, and you can tell who it is. Give me an artist who you would be able to identify by
Blink 182.
like you just one strum on the guitar.
Any of their songs.
Well, I'm just saying not any one of the songs. I'm saying if they were to just
If they, yeah, because they have a sound. As long as it's not no, I'd probably know if it was a bass too. As long as it's something that they would use in a song. Either
like
that or Rage Against the Machine, because they have a.
Yeah, Tom Morello is his guitar sound has a very distinct.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Eddie Van Halen has a very distinct sound to his guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe AC/DC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get behind that. Little Angus Young on the guitar there. Jimi Hendrix.
See, I was thinking of Jimmy, and then I remembered he couldn't tune his own guitar, so maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, you couldn't identify him because he couldn't identify himself.
Right. That doesn't seem fair.
Mm-hmm. You try taking a bunch of LSD and tuning guitar.
Okay.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
I was gonna say
That's
Credence.
indoors.
I know, but they. Never mind. LSD.
Credence?
Yeah.
Wait, so I had heard
Creed. Just Creed. Hello, Mono world. Wait, that was Pearl Jam.
I heard a rumor the other day. I don't know if it's true or not. But is Creedence Clearwater Revival from like Northern California?
Probably.
It's like they're.
I learned a music fact too.
What's your music fact that you learned?
Well, you know that there's this. Oh, fuck. Now I can't even. I gotta look that up first. Hold on.
Hold on, folks.
Hold up.
Dave,
Wait a
let's
minute.
talk amongst ourselves.
I'm looking up where CCR is actually from.
Yeah, you do that one.
Yeah, they're actually from El Cerrito.
Born on the bayou. More like born on
Right.
the bullshit.
Yeah.
Come and get your love. That
That's
band.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Do your thing.
I was
I
gonna
got
say
it.
that's the same beef with Keith Urban, and it has been since I heard my first Keith Urban song. He sings about like growing up in the country and USA and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're from Australia.
Yeah.
Doing the shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah.
It's like Florida Georgia Line's actually from North Carolina.
Yeah.
That would be really funny.
They're not from
anyway.
Duval.
Okay, so you know that song from Guardians of the Galaxy? Come and get your love.
Sure
Okay.
do.
Did you know those guys were all fucking Native Americans?
No.
Yep.
The whole band.
I did
That's pretty-
the whole one. Yeah.
I was watching TikToks and it was like 50 years ago, and I was like, wait.
Mhm.
Hey. I'm like, oh shit.
That makes sense now.
Not hey.
They're going, hey.
How? What you do over many moons.
Careful with that.
It's not Native History Month. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
come on.
shit.
Don't be so indigenous, Dave.
I'm pulling
That's
my
a mal-
Elizabeth Warren card, and
Are you trading it?
I drive a Cherokee.
Well, your superpowers manifest destiny.
Yeah,
There it is.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That was the name of the episode.
Yeah, what was that, 2 weeks ago or last week?
I don't know. I'd have to get the paper out. I mean, I guess I could look on the internet too.
Yeah, looking things up is hard.
It was episode 357. And then I have I drew an intersection next to goth chicks and depression. I don't know why.
That's Dana.
Yeah. She is the intersection.
I feel like most goth chicks are depressed.
Yeah.
They're at least a little spooky. Did I ever tell you? And this one's for Ben. We had a family trip to Seaside. It was myself, Jen and the kids, my parents, and Ben and his girlfriend. And we're all in Seaside. And she's a goth chick, but she has no.
He was a skater boy.
But she has no levels. Like she can't dress it down.
Oh.
So, yeah. So we're at.
She's Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, basically. So we're at the Pork and Pancake in Seaside, Oregon, and she's got more she was showing him off, man.
Rocking a corset to breakfast, family breakfast.
And fishnets and corsets and shit to breakfast, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, it's 7:30 in the morning. There's not there aren't even goth chicks on my TikTok yet.
They're still sleeping it off.
I'm just gonna write that down because that might be the name of the episode.
And then meanwhile, Mia is just absolutely in love with this girl because here's a real life Wednesday Addams, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, how do you do your hair? That's so cool. How'd you do this? Just and this girl's not having any of it. Just there's a reason they weren't together much longer, I don't imagine.
Well,
He's like, I'm missing my appointment with Beelzebub right now, okay?
Yeah. supposed to be line dancing with Satan.
Not even supposed to be here today.
They called me into the office. I had to go make crossroad deals.
Good
Ducks.
Dana will be there.
Oh, they're showing one of those Jordan commercials. Oh, we got the Superb Owl this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Almost forgot.
I also have something interesting going on this weekend. I'm not driving. I'm taking the Trizane, and I'm headed down to Albany to hang out with my dad. We're going to go see this Led Zeppelin experience thing in IMAX.
Mm.
It's The way it's being pitched to me is that it's as close to being at a Led Zeppelin concert as you can be. And that sounds really cool. So
Bring your marijuanas.
I'm going to get some edibles, yeah, and then I'm going to get real fucking high.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get high?
You want to get high?
Just wait till all the fucking millennial chicks show up with their Led Zeppelin tattoos. They all have
Nice. That's fine with me.
Have you? So that made me think about the Sphere, because to me that would be like the coolest thing to see. Like that would be the place to watch it. But they're making like 9 more of them, like in different places all over the world. Yeah, Dubai's getting the next one, obviously, because
that would make
they
sense.
will Dubai anything.
Mm-hmm.
They do buy everything.
They do be buying everything. Do be buying.
Do be buying.
Do be buying. I'm do be buying.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, sir.
Call Jake an oil tycoon because he do be buying.
Do be buying. We'll call him the Sheik.
He's the Sheik.
The Iron Sheik.
The Iron Jake. The Iron Jake.
I went on a tolerance
Jake
break. I made it a whole 2 days before my kids pissed me off.
What we're recording on Thursday?
Yep.
During football season, we were called the Iron Beef Curtain Sheik.
Oh my god.
You remember that?
No.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was the drive up on one game, but
we said it for something.
Yeah. Iron Beef Curtains.
We say the stupidest stuff.
I just picture a
Look
chick.
at the clouds.
You remember Cammy from Street Fighter?
Yes.
Well, I remember
Spiralero. Spiralero.
I'm imagining a Russian version of her though as Iron Beef Curtains.
Oh god. It's so stupid.
So
It reminds me, I've been watching wrestling.
Oh, I saw a post the other day about wrestling. Someone's like, when it comes to the WWE, when I say green, what wrestler do you think of? And everyone's like, Hurricane. Is that what you're getting at?
I would say Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, those are the two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's also Triple H. You say
DX.
green?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
Just think
Triple
of
H.
the color green. But
Are you ready?
Yeah,
Mm.
I think you can tell us what to do.
See, they even talk about telling them what to wear.
Yeah. You think that you're better?
Better get ready.
Bow to the masters.
All right, break it down.
That is such a tasty riff.
I remember hearing a story about that song, how they picked it, and it was like a riff that he'd already had, and they were just playing different stuff, and they're like, hold up, what if we just said some stuff here?
Yeah. Like, let's just talk.
Just tell them, like, we're, like, against the authority or something.
We, don't like the rules and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, rules suck.
Yeah.
and there's whores in this house.
Yeah.
It would be really funny to do a Beavis and Butthead style, like, DX intro.
That would be awesome.
Like, we're, like, here to kick your ass and stuff.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, baby?
We are ready to do you now.
Bow to Cordially.
We are looking for the chicks with big hooters.
It's like I love Beavis and Butthead Do America. Beavis and the only issue with the movies is that I run out of gas laughing at them at about an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, all right. Like, what could possibly happen next?
And then something stupid happens, and
yeah,
you're laughing again.
It's true. Roller coaster.
God,
now I want to watch that.
Another good. That's a part in Vegas. I just was thinking about. You said Vegas Fallout. You guys were talking about Fallout, and I started thinking about what's my favorite Vegas movie. I was like, I like Vegas Vacation.
Vegas
Love The
Vacation,
Hangover.
Mr. Papa Giorgio.
Mr. Papa Giorgio. Yes.
Put $1 on a car. Put $1 on a car. Put $1 on a car. Put $1
All right,
on
we
a
get it,
car.
Russ. And then we'd already did the Wayne Newton thing. So.
Yeah. Let's see. What is Vegas Vacation is good. Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11's a great one.
Mm-hmm. Hangover.
I said that.
You said The Hangover.
Oh, you did?
Ocean's 13 isn't bad.
That's the one I've seen the least.
Yeah, I would say the same. But probably because it hasn't been out as long as the other ones. And it's not as good.
But yeah, I mean, Ocean's 11 is almost a perfect movie.
It's pretty good.
I mean, the writing is really,
Leave
tight.
it out.
I just watched something where the guy that they stole from in the first Ocean's 11 is in it. He's a Mexican cartel guy.
Oh,
Landman.
Landman?
Yeah.
Landman?
Like at the ending of Landman when you meet the cartel boss.
Oh, yeah, Andy Garcia.
Yeah, it's Andy Garcia. And
Yes.
yeah, so just thinking of Ocean's 11, I was like, yeah, I just saw Andy Garcia in something, but I didn't remember it was Andy Garcia. I'm like, he got George Clooney stole money from him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's all I could come up with.
Dave's yelling at the TV. Everyone's trying to sleep. Hey,
that's Terry Benedict.
Fucking Dave Beaverton.
Danny Ocean stole his money.
Like, wait a minute. But Robin, you said you've been watching the wrestles, the graps, as some of the kids say these days.
Well, so I watched the Rumble, which were there only like 2 wrestling matches?
Yeah, because both of the Rumbles take about an hour.
Yeah, and then the full 2 Royal Rumbles, which the women's Royal Rumble, it's okay. It's women wrestling.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, and they're not really good at making things up most of the time. The one spot they did where the chick's top came off, and then Liv like drop kicks her so she can fix her shit.
Yeah,
that was good.
Well,
and
it was
then
funny. Like I wouldn't have even noticed it because I was not really paying attention, and then Pat McAfee's like, "Oh, we got a wardrobe malfunction here." I'm like, "We got a what?"
That was the British dude.
Oh yeah, it was like a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah.
And so I like back it up. I was like, we don't really see anything.
Back it on up.
But yeah, so this girl goes to do a move, and the top part of her, like the necklace of her top, comes down as she's like trying to hit this girl, and she's about to like be exposed on fucking global TV.
We were about to have the good times of wrestling back.
Yeah. And she's like trying to fix it, and this girl notices that she's trying to fix her top, and so she just like levels her with a punch or a drop kick, and so she can go lay in the corner and fix her top.
That was pretty good. I liked Penta and Mysterio starting. That was cool.
Penta's
I kind of
fun, man.
I can tell they want him to be better than he is. Like they want him to be Rey Mysterio when Rey was really good.
He's bigger than Rey.
Right. But yeah. Oh, did you ever, not on the same topic, but still of wrestling, did you ever hear about the dude that Rey killed in the ring?
Yeah.
I just found out about that like yesterday.
I haven't heard that one.
So
yeah, go ahead.
In like 2015, Rey Mysterio left WWE and was like, I'm gonna go wrestle some people in Mexico, and he faces like, I forget the guy's name, Pereira.
Something. It translates to like Silver Puma, basically.
Okay, sure. Isn't Puma already Spanish?
Yeah, like Silver Tiger.
Okay.
Silver Puma. Oaxaca forever.
Oh, that might be the name of the episode.
Do you know how to spell Oaxaca?
Forever.
Do you know how to spell Oaxaca?
No.
Oaxaca.
Yeah, I'm not spelling it like that.
There's a soft J in there.
It's more like Wakanda on my paper.
So just laying on their horn.
Anyway,
outside.
so he's gonna wrestle in a tag team match against that dude, and he like kicked him out of the ring. The guy hit his back on the edge,
Oh
like
yeah.
the apron, and like that wasn't what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to like land over there somewhere, and so he jumps back in the ring, and Ray drop kicks him in the middle of the back, and he falls on the ropes. So Ray's getting ready to do, you know, that 619 thing where he jumps and spins through the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to do that, and the dude isn't fucking moving. Like, he's just there. And Ray does his move, and it looks like he ducks, but really he's just limp. He's just like,
Yeah.
and then they're like, hey, something's not right. And they check him, and he fucking was dead.
Snap. Like instantly.
Instantly.
Yeah. Jesus.
That was it. That was all the death he did.
Just one death.
One death. But, so how would
It's not
you
like Jimmy
describe
Snuka or anything.
the Dark Side of the Ring's coming back? How would you describe the Rumble? Like, what were your highlights?
I really enjoyed Braun Breaker breaking that skinny black kid in half. Like, they had some streamer kid.
I show speed.
Yeah, that kid. I don't know who he is. But he was in the Rumble, and he did something, and then he did a backflip, and then Braun Breaker, who is Rick Steiner's son, who's really fucking good.
He looks like a ripped version of Rick Steiner.
Yeah, and
no hair. Yeah.
He's got some cool shit. He does.
Say a ripped version? Wasn't Rick Steiner Big Papa
Not like
Pump?
steroid ripped, but like just ripped, like so like young Rick Steiner, but ripped.
And with Scott's height.
Yeah.
So he hits both sides of the ring, and they say that he can, like, they clocked him at 23 miles an hour hitting the ropes, and he cut this kid in half with a spear. Like, he turned and looked at the last second, like it was a spot, but he turns and the kid's head like snaps to the side.
You see it, yeah, like one of those whiplash tackles. It was
nice.
Here, I gotta find it.
I think I've seen it because I saw something, and like you said, skinny black kid in the ring, and I was like, what is he doing there?
Yeah.
And then I just see some, again, because I don't know wrestling as much, I just see skinny black kid, giant dude spear him.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
They don't do any of the like shoulder presses really anymore. Nobody gets dudes up like that I've seen in like the last month.
Yeah, they don't really have any big beefy guys like that.
Which is kind of disappointing. Like, that's what wrestlers are supposed to be.
Yeah, you're supposed to be to look at it and be like, there's no fucking way I can do that.
Yeah,
There's
bring
like
back steroids.
3 of them. Now you've got like CM Punk and Sami Zayn, which I can't stand that guy. I don't understand why people like him. Seriously, he's the most annoying person in the world. He wants to talk about his fucking feelings and wear a fucking man bun. Get out of here.
Hey, man.
Oh, watch out. Some Baldini might sue him too.
Just want to let you know that if you need someone to talk to.
Right. Stop it.
All right,
it's
Dave.
Fucking wrestling.
Check this shit out, Lunchbox. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at him. Look at him doing it. Look, I can do a backflip. Cool. There's a guy running behind you.
Oh my God!
Well, I guess he's dead.
Broke ISO speed in half.
Dude, he's huge.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him.
Is he gonna throw him?
Speed in half. That's Dogicide.
Oh, here's one.
Yeah, here you go.
Meanwhile, Breaker with speed. And Otis.
And then that guy's even bigger, and he catches him. He's like,
here's a different angle.
Hell yeah, ISO speed.
This is a better angle, too.
Standing backflip. Oh, my God. Breaker just about broke ISO speed in half. One dog just killed another. He just sawed.
Yeah, so well,
I guess he's dead.
What's he even doing in the ring?
Well, you see, he's got like a bunch of followers on the internet, and WWE's like, hey, you have a bunch of followers on the internet? You want to die in the ring?
Not like Shane McMahon from the top of the fucking Titantron.
Yeah, like
they need to bring the Titantron back.
Well, they have so many people that they have to they trade the size of the screen for more people.
I guess.
They still do cage matches?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. But they're not like they used to be, huh?
I mean, they're not.
Like,
Yeah,
they
I
don't
miss
do
the
hell.
blue cage.
Dude, everyone hated the blue cage.
Well, yeah, but I loved it. They hated it because it was stiff.
Right.
It had no give. Now they're like, let's use chain link fence. You know how many times I crashed into chain link fence at the T court?
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh my god, it hurts so much." Like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I did it to slow down.
Don't get your fingers stuck.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the only thing you've got to worry about.
He's raking his face across the barbed wire, or yeah, it doesn't hurt that bad.
I mean, that might hurt.
That might hurt. The worst part about the T court is when your leg gets stuck between the upper court and the lower court.
Yeah. They
everybody does that.
fixed a
Whoa,
lot
whoa,
of
whoa,
it.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, because it's like you fell on concrete before. You got that plus the bottom of chain link fence holding on to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you got to be like,
It sucks.
Extract yourself as from a blackberry bush.
But also, I don't know how they do that because I've played there probably more than most people and never did it. It's like, have some self-awareness.
Yeah, don't try to
People
run
don't
into
do-
don't try to run into the wrestling mats on the wall.
Yeah,
People
they're
don't
hard.
do that anymore.
They don't.
Self-awareness, what?
Well, now nobody runs into that because everyone just shoots threes.
And then you can't shoot a three at the corner of the T court because it's too narrow.
There is no corner.
It's the perfect size court. Like you could play 4-on-4 for hours and never have to run.
Right.
Half
I
court
love-
is like an NBA 3.
I love watching the lazy guy 4-on-4 where it's just basically two different sets of 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
all right, here.
4 guys playing and 4 guys kind of standing there. Hey, I'm open.
Yep. That would actually be kind of fun to play 4-on-4, but it's actually 2 games of 2-on-2.
And the only way to get the ball is a rebound or a steal or something. But how would you keep like the 2 other games of 2-on-2 from defending the other 2?
You just can't cross midcourt.
What if
I
it's
see.
a T-shaped court?
So if you get an offensive rebound, you have to push it down to the other end.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
And then,
Score a
and then
basket, you pass it down to the other end.
yeah, like it's constantly, it's like, it's not make it take it, but if you make it on this hoop, you got to go defend the other hoop, and so there'd be a transitional shift.
Huh.
I don't know. It could be fun.
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
turn
making
it into a 2-on-2 on 2-on-2.
2-on-2 on 2-on-2. Yeah.
So it's like a round robin at the same time.
Imagine if you could, in the transition period, if you could try to steal the ball.
Which way would you go?
You can go your own
hoop
way.
is closest. You could go your own way.
You
Oh
just
my
go
God.
to the basket with less defenders.
There'll
So
be
that-
a third basket only for scoring after a steal.
There you go.
And it only counts if you dunk it.
So it's like 8 foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be a lower hoop.
I like it.
I like watching, like, I saw some highlights from a dunk league, and it looks like it's so dumb and so fun at the same time.
Right?
Problem is, the guys take it way too seriously.
Well, yeah. It's
They get
their men's league.
They get super amped about dunking when you had to lower the rim.
Yeah. I just have fun with it because,
Mhm.
whatever.
It's like me going into a beginner's jiu-jitsu class and beating up children.
Or like
We're
me
all
going
the
into-
same skill level, Dave.
Or just
Yeah.
standing up.
Yeah. Pull guard on a 10-year-old. Start scooting on my butt away. Come at me, bro.
Like, come on. Come on. I sent Robin, that reminds me, I sent Robin a TikTok the other day. It was like, when 2 guys who know how to fight engage in a fight,
Oh yeah.
It's like guys like, all right, here we go. It's like, oh shit, this guy, he's protecting his head really well. The other guy's like, oh man, this guy knows something. Look at his footwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe if I just put my hands down. He's like, you know what, dude, I'm out. If you're out, I'm so out. Okay, cool. I've gotten out of so many fights by just being tall and funny.
I'm short, so I just get crazy. Usually works out in my favor.
Short and crazy and tall and funny.
Mm-hmm.
Between the
armed.
Yeah, and armed.
Short, crazy, and armed.
Short, crazy, and armed. That's the name of your album.
It is.
DJ Dave. Short, crazy, and armed.
When I stab you, I leave it in because I just get a different knife from my pocket.
Were you the Joker?
He's told you about that, like at school, right?
No.
Well, I've heard it. Like when you were in like biology or chemistry or something, or maybe it was a flower class or some shit.
We were well, it's happened multiple times, but usually we have to cut things. We have to cut things, and we get these plastic knives because it's the school.
Right.
Or we might get like one kitchen knife that hasn't been sharpened since 1992. Right. And so then I'm like, oh, hey, hold on a second. I pull out one pocket knife, and then I get into my bag and I pull like 2 or 3 more out. I'm like, who wants to use these? And then like the teenage girls will always be like, we don't know what those have been used for. I'm like, not wiping my ass. I was like, I'm pretty sure I ate steak with this one last night. You used that for steak? How else am I going to cut my steak?
That makes sense.
Steak knife?
That big knife that I got for Christmas.
Yeah.
I gotta send you the picture because it's Ernie, Dad, and I having one of our last steak dinner nights, and it's just all of us using these giant cleavers to cut our steaks. I'm like, I'm using this fucking knife, and Dad's like, that's a good idea.
Dude, my dad got me these Seattle Seahawks steak knives, and they look so fucking tacky. They're like they've got black handles, but like the blade is like green and blue, and it has a Seahawks logo on it. And he got it for me, and I'm like, cool, thanks. And like they sat in the drawer for like a month. We didn't use them, and then just one day, Jen busts out the Seahawks knives, and we go to cut our steak. I'm like, oh my god, these knives are incredible. These are the best steak knives we've ever used. So now we only use the Seahawks steak knives.
Hated them at first. Now only uses them.
And now only uses them. What's this?
I know black people. Adjacent.
Adjacent. Hated the product at first.
Have you ever gotten some steak knives you didn't like at first?
Yeah.
I was just thinking of Jason last episode.
I was waiting for a follow-up.
It was the commercial. Then you might like these.
Knives! I've got like 3 different styles of box knife at work. I've got the one that Ben got me. It can go at an angle and it can go flat out, and it's got a little screwdriver on the back of it for night screwing. Then I've got like a full blown box cutter that like I can overhand like when I have to cut through things. And then I've got another like little flippy knife. But it's like
man of many knives.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, I feel like Dave. Somebody the other day, so it was like, hey, can I have a knife? And I just like hold all 3 of them. And I'm like,
I
was making a new med bag the other day, and I opened up a container that just has a bunch of medical stuff in it, and I was like, why do I have so many medical shears? There's like 7 pairs in there, different styles, and I'm like, I've got a problem. And then I almost just ordered a new pair the other day. They're called the Raptors, and they fold up, and you basically grab the the little loop, and you just snap them and they unfold. And I'm like, oh, this would be really handy. You just put them in a
Snap
little
it to a
pouch.
raptor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, raptor.
The macho
I'm
man.
gonna cut off all your clothes.
It's getting hot in here.
So
You
I
have a
I
puncture
have
wound.
I have completed the journey. I have run the race with excellence,
Woke up this morning.
and I have completed The Sopranos.
Woke up
Oh,
this
I saw that
morning.
text. I saw your. I saw
Give
the
yourself a gun.
fucks the Sopranos,
Fuck
and I was
The
like,
Sopranos.
oh, he finished it.
Yeah, I said this in the pre-show. I watched it in about 6 months. If I had dedicated 7 years of my life to that show, I would be irate. Like the way the final like 3-4 episodes close out. Like Dave, I know you're watching it, so I'm not gonna go
Sounds like Game
into
of
it.
Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Well, it's one of those things where I've never watched it, but I know how it ends.
Okay.
Because it's The Sopranos, and
but it's
been
like
20-something years.
Hey, Meta would get it.
everybody dies. Everybody dies. Like with the exception of the family and Tony. And like I'm not even gonna debate how it ends. I don't care because the writers are fucking pussies and couldn't make a call. So they did something nebulous and acted all artistic, and it's bullshit. They just couldn't come up with an ending, and they didn't want to stand on something, and they didn't want to do something definite, so they pussied out. They fucking pussied out and did nothing. And I hate that ending, and it made the entire show fucking suck. Because the show was good. It was a good show, but the ending made the entire thing fucking pointless. And I hate it. I won't watch it again. I do recognize its importance to television, and I think it's a good show. It is not the greatest show of all time.
Not The Wire.
It is in regards to that, it is majorly overrated. And overrated just means rated. It could be number 3, but it is not number 1. That's overrated. Things I liked about The Sopranos.
Lots of boobs.
Hey!
Yeah.
What, no
fine.
fucking ziti? Hey!
No fucking ziti.
For some reason, they don't know how to make Zeta in that family.
If you pay attention to what's on TV, like throughout the course of the show, it's basically a spoiler. Like I picked up on it. I think it's the first season or early in the second season. There's an FBI warning on the screen of one of the when they're in the meet, they're playing pool in that place. And that was about the time that Adriana got hooked up with the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time Chris was about to do drugs, something on TV was like, can you handle it? Like, are you strong enough to survive? And all these things. And it's like, okay, every time there's something on TV, it's related to the story. And it's definitely a harbinger of what's to come.
It was like I was telling you, I watched the episode just yesterday, where what the fuck? Carmelo was watching a movie with the pastor or priest or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a movie about a priest and a chick wanting him. And I'm like, that seems a little too on the nose.
Exactly. It's the pay attention to what's on TV.
Yeah.
When you watch The Sopranos, pay attention to what's on TV. It's a whole other character.
Sounds like it's a spoiler machine.
It is.
It's The Watcher.
And it was, in a way, it was a little bit frustrating because once you recognize that mechanic in the show, you're like, okay, well, this is what's going to happen next. Right. I mean, it's kind of the same way Freddie Prinze Jr. explains understanding Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's like, if you understand the Force, you know what's going to happen.
But most people don't understand the Force.
Right. The Force is not some crusade for good. It seeks balance between good and evil.
Yeah. Like Thanos.
Exactly. Exactly. There wasn't a lot of character development outside of people getting more depressed. Like that's pretty much if you either get depressed or you get shot. Like that's pretty much The Sopranos. Yeah, I mean it's good. The only character I really liked by the end of it was Syl, the character played by Steven Van Zandt. He's the only guy who really has any sort of redeeming quality throughout the course of the show because he's actually like a good dude. I got tired of Chris just constantly using and then acting like he's not.
I mean, that's how addicts are.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so hear that? Fuck you, addicts. Don't do it.
Yeah, quit listening to the show.
It's annoying. Stop.
We know. Stop pretending like you're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty good. Pretty good show.
Story time. Short story time. So I had to go to Roseburg for something, and I needed to take Sissy with me for some reason. And this was when she wasn't admitting she was doing drugs, but we stopped at auto parts store and she had to go use the bathroom, and she's in there for a long time, and I'm like waiting by the door, and I hear a fucking spoon fall, and I know what a spoon falling sounds like, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
Is there a
in there?
Chinaman in there?
And then like later on, once she was not doing drugs, I was like, hey, remember that time? Yeah, I totally knew. She's like, did you? I'm like, I'm not fucking dumb.
You're like, I know what a spoon sounds like.
Like, it wasn't a quarter. I know what a quarter sounds like, and a nickel, and a dime, and a penny. That was a spoon.
There's not a whole lot of things in the world that sound like a spoon falling on the ground.
Like, oh, why do you have a spoon in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I was eating pudding.
This isn't Demolition Man. There's no seashells in there.
I was eating ice cream in my bedroom one time and dropped the spoon, and my mom heard it in the other room. All right. She's like, what are you eating in your room?
Like, no.
Not ice cream.
That's such a Dave answer, too. Not ice cream.
And also, if you're listening back to the first part of the show, you'll remember that there are no doors in Dave's house.
Yeah.
So that sound is just going to travel.
Oh, shit. I watched some other stuff, too.
It's like Mission Impossible when he goes to catch his sweat drop. He's got to stop the spoon from falling here. What did you watch, Robin?
I watched two things on Amazon. I watched Blink Twice, which has Channing Tatum. Mm-hmm. Have you heard anything about that movie?
Is that the one where he owns an island or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like...
Was that the one where he blinks twice?
No, he doesn't. I don't
He
think.
blinks once the entire movie, and you're just waiting for it.
Just one blink, and I was like, where's the second blink?
And then it zooms in right up to his eyes right before
Such
the end
a lie.
of the movie, and then it goes away.
So
he doesn't even actually blink. He just winks twice.
He double winks.
The
old double wink.
The old double wink. That's an old throwback, if anyone remembers.
The old pink eye wink.
The old pink eye wink eye?
Anyway, Channing Tatum, yeah, he's this rich dude. So it starts out with two chicks. And they're
nice.
They're working at a gala or something like that, and Channing Tatum happens to be there, and one of the chicks like kind of decides she's going to talk to him. She's talking to him, and they end up getting to hang out like the whole night, and he's like, hey, I'm going to my island, you guys want to come? You should come. They get him to the island, and they're like, we got all this stuff for you, and Christian Slater's in it, the kid from The Sixth Sense, but he's now got a round head.
Oh, Haley Joel Osment?
That's the one. And then like the chicks are all no-name actresses. Yeah, but it's like, I guess it's classified as a psychological thriller.
I had a stripper tell me I look like Haley Joel Osment.
What they do is they go to this island and they party. That's their plan. they've got these drops that they give them. They're basically psilocybin and ecstasy
Blah.
combined.
Blah.
So these fucking girls all get fucked up on this shit, and then they wake up the next day and they're like, I don't remember what happened yesterday, but I got like dirt under my fingernails. And it goes on to like you find out what's happening on the island. Basically, they're making them forget somehow. And then you discover that they're doing crazy fucked up shit.
Dude, that is way too much of a cocktail of drug. No, thank you.
I
Yeah.
want to go to an island with Channing Tatum, or as I call him, Channing Tatum.
Right?
Hey,
But
yeah.
it was good enough to watch. Like if there's nothing on and you're bored, throw it on.
I wish maybe we could separate that tincture. I could take the MDMA. Dave could take the psilocybin.
There you go.
And then we could both
And
really
we'll
enjoy
both end up with dirt under our fingernails, if you know what I mean.
I'll be like, hey, Dave, look at that cloud.
Oh God. What's the other one? Oh, it was one that Jake watched. You're Cordially Invited with Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon.
I saw that one too.
You watched it too?
No, I saw it. I saw
you
that it was
fucking
a thing.
suck. You suck, Dave.
Suck, Dave.
Really. The only thing I've been watching is not anything super cool.
So like Attack on Titan.
If you've opened up HBO, Robin, at any time recently, I've been watching Superman and Lois.
Oh, okay.
The CW one, because that's the only CW Arrowverse show that I never watched because I didn't know that it was actually a thing.
Yeah.
So I've been watching that just to see what it's like. And it's a CW DC production, and it's fun and irritating at the same time because they do the CW teen drama shit. And I'm like, why is everyone fucking retarded?
Because that's what they are.
Because it's the CW.
I found out that the Max has, like, you can just watch the channels like I used to do.
Yeah, I saw that today too.
That's cool. Awesome. Because, like, I love watching a movie not from the start.
Just jump in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll catch it later. And I'll catch it again.
Especially if it's a movie you like. Like, you can just jump in. Yeah.
Even if it's a movie that I only kind of like.
But it removes the element of choice. It's like, here's an option. Like, okay.
Yeah, I like it. Like I watched Aquaman the other day and The Flash, like back to back.
I still haven't seen Aquaman.
It's okay. It's probably one of the better DC ones. I mean, in that universe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember there was a TV show back in the 90s? It was like The Adventures of Lois Lane and Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
Lois
Lane and Clark Kent, or was it just?
It was just Lois and Clark.
Yeah, it was Lois and Clark.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, with Dean Cain.
Yep.
That was a weird one. Like that.
Wait, was Terry Hatcher in that?
Yep, Terry Hatcher played Lois.
Yeah. I always wanted to see her boobs, and then when I finally saw him, I was disappointed.
That's kind of like Miley Cyrus.
I mean, I expected Miley to look like that.
Yeah, I was still
less disappointed. I was less disappointed in Miley Cyrus than Lois Lane or Terry Hatcher.
Lois Lane.
Terry Snatcher. The Will Ferrell movie.
Pretty good.
The weddings thing, yeah.
Lots of laughs, lots of funny parts. Like, so it's Will Ferrell is having his daughter's getting married and he's planning the wedding kind of, so he makes arrangements. At the same time, Reese Witherspoon is planning her sister's wedding, and they both booked the same place for the same weekend, and then shenanigans happen.
Hilarity ensues.
There's so many. Will Ferrell is hilarious. I kind of think Reese Witherspoon should do more comedy.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
She's pretty funny. Oh my God. And there's this part. So Bullet, the dude we play Call of Duty with, he always says he's doing something with the wife, or he calls his wife the wife. And when they pointed it out on the movie that the one guy on there calls his wife the wife, I just started laughing. It wasn't even a funny part. I'm like, I'm glad someone else recognizes this. The
I
wife.
occasionally will call Jen the wife.
You almost always say Jen, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm talking to you guys because you guys know who she is.
Right. But you would say my wife more often
My
than the
wife.
wife.
My wife. Yeah.
He does say my wife a lot too, but still, just the whole wife thing. Like, he never says her name. I've heard him say her name twice that I can think of, maybe 3 times.
There were a couple relationships that I had that I would never say the name of the person I was with, and those were always weird.
Yeah.
Like, but it was like I wouldn't. It's not like I would call them by a nickname. I just wouldn't address them. I would just like
There's that
Heather was
chick
one
over
of them.
there.
I would never say her name.
That's true.
I would just start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ashley was the other one who I would never say her name.
Say her name.
No!
I always say that bitch.
Say my name. Say my name.
She's a nice lady.
How dare you? See, Vegas movie.
I don't do that with names, but I call wherever I'm living the house, and I call this home.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Even when I live everywhere I've lived, it's always like
Swingers.
it's always like I'm going to the house. Like I'm not going home. If I say I'm going home, I'm coming to Canyonville, Oregon.
Right. Because that's Canyonville is home.
Yeah.
Myrtle Creek is home.
Mm-hmm.
Jake doesn't have one, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
Jake's like, oh.
Yeah, and you didn't have to let everybody else know.
Well, now they know. All 24 of you. Or however many it is. I may have overestimated.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Wanna play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game.
You want to explain it?
So here's a game where Robin is going to tell us a story, and we are going to try to dub the story with what we think he's saying. Based on
Already sounds stupid, but I love it.
Based on the animation and I don't know, physical comedy there. Pardon me.
So I'll mute my mic and the speakers so that I can't hear you guys either. And then I'll start. Let's press
All right,
this
Dave,
button.
you're going first here.
Okay.
Let's see what you
I already can't hear you.
All right, here.
So anyways, my dad came in the room last night, not wearing a shirt, and he's like, "Hey!"
He said, "Hey, I told you once already to get out there." I said, he said, "Do the dishes." I didn't really care, but
I wasn't even home.
I said, "You're the guy that made all the dishes, and you asked me to do them. Riv hasn't even been here, and it's stupid. It's dumb. I don't even understand why you'd ask me to do that. I haven't been here all week. I was out of town. I went north. I went south, but I'm here now."
And then I have no idea why we even have cake in the house. Why is there cake here? Whose birthday is it? It's not my birthday. I didn't buy the cake. Why is there cake? Can I have some cake?
My dad's like, "Hey, you want cake? No, get out of here."
All right. Unmuting you. Well, it looked like you guys were having fun.
It started
Okay.
strong.
What did you think I was talking about?
I opened up with your dad coming in the room with no. My dad came into the room with no T-shirt on. I was like, "Hey!"
We had to recover from that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We
And
went
then,
on to he was yelling to you about doing the dishes, and then Riv wasn't even there. And then we ended with, "There's cake. Whose birthday is it? Why do we even have cake? Can I have
Heidi's
some cake?"
birthday.
Yeah.
It actually
Oh, yeah.
is.
It is.
She's a bitch.
She's a bitch. All right. Do you want to know what I was actually telling you about?
Sure.
The first time I went and saw a movie in the movie theater. And then the first time I saw a movie in the drive-thru that I went without my parents.
Nice. See, Dave, you got one?
I got a story to tell. I just thought of it.
Okay,
Dave's
you
got a
gotta
story to tell.
mute
Alright.
your mic, or mute our sound. You can just take your headphones off
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want. That's probably
Actually,
easier.
it's still loud enough. I'll just mute everything. All right,
Dude, everything.
going dark.
He is dark. Speaking of dark,
Speaking of dark, here's Dave.
so here he goes. Oh, he's talking about that last time he bought a gun. And he's looking at that goddamn thing. He's like, man, I don't have any money for pussy, but I do have money for guns. I can't buy a goddamn Xbox. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy another gun. I need a fucking shotgun. Why? How many shotguns does a man need?
1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5 plus 5. I mean, so I go down to work where I work anyway. It's the day off, so I may as well go into work. And I'm looking at the guns, and I see there's like a Remington. And so I rack a couple shells in it, and I scare this little Asian lady, and I say, "Don't worry, I work here."
And I'm Asian too.
And I'm Asian too. And
And that was the first time I had herpes. So it didn't make any sense. I was like, how do you get herpes from a gun? And
then she
so
said,
I went.
"Let me show you."
Yeah, that makes sense too. So she says to him, which is me. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. That's it.
All right. What'd you guys think I told a story about?
Buying another gun?
Nope.
And not having money for pussy? Or an Xbox?
I know, but that's true. I told the story about when I was in junior high and I wrestled, about how there's a stinky kid on the team.
I've heard this story.
And the coach is talking and we're all standing around and I'm looking at the stinky kid and I see something drop out of the bottom of his shorts.
Gross.
And he just steps on it and leaves it there. And I'm like, did he just shit and then step on it? Like,
Is that a
it
shit?
wasn't an
That would've
actual
been
step
funny.
on. It was a looked, recognized it, and then stepped on it. So coach gets done talking and he doesn't say anything and we all get into our positions and he's like, what's fucking this? And there's shit on the wrestling
Everywhere.
mat. And he's like, fucking who stepped in dog shit? Well, he's the only kid that doesn't have wrestling shoes. So we're just like, not us.
Oh,
So
God.
coach made him take his shoes off and then we had to clean all the mats. And I didn't say anything because I didn't know how do I explain
I watched
and
this kid
also
shit.
morbidly embarrass this kid who already sucks. So yeah, that was my story.
All right. Jake's turn. All right, Dave, you start. You gotta
All
mute your mic.
So
Mute,
We can hear you.
basically what
Mute.
Hey, we
mute.
can hear you. We can hear you.
We can still hear you. You gotta mute your mic.
It is muted.
Well, you must be on a different mic then.
Have I been?
Yeah, you've been using different mic. Son of
Oh
a bitch.
God!
Oh God. Oh
Oh
God.
God. There we go. He's muted now.
Yeah.
Check out how much better I sound.
Oh yeah, that's much more
Mhm.
gooder.
Oh God!
Sound like you're in a bigger tin can.
This whole
90
episode's-
minutes later.
Shit. Yeah, right.
All right, go for it.
All right. So, anyways, I'm on West 11 with Ben and Bales, and we're just cruising along.
And that was the first time I realized that I could jerk myself off with two other guys around. I was like, look at this. I got one hand here, and see this? I twist it, and sometimes I grab the shaft and then
Fondle
cradle
the
the balls.
balls.
Yeah,
Cradle
don't
the
forget
balls,
to cradle
yeah.
the balls. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Open up, big boy.
And then, oh yeah, he definitely talks with his hands more than both of us.
Yeah, he does, especially on this
Yeah.
one.
And
So
then
anyway,
and then I drew some jizz on my hand.
yeah. And then
I
I
don't know why
took
it's-
my knife out and I cut my hand and said, "We will now be blood brothers."
There's gonna be one of them, and there's jizz all the way up my arm to my neck.
Why is there jizz on my beard?
His beard. A beard. Yeah. So what'd you guys talk about?
Jerking off two guys on West 11th, Ben and Bales.
No, it was about how you learned that you can jerk off without your hands
Oh,
while
yeah.
Ben and Bales are in the car.
That's what it was. Yep.
I was talking about getting electrocuted.
Oh, you see,
No.
you had it on your hand and it went all the way up your neck, and
Yeah,
That was not jizz.
that's not it. Man, I'm really annoyed that I was using the wrong microphone after talking
it
about you.
sounded different. You said, "Do I sound all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it sounds good enough."
Sounds fine.
Well, now, man, that sucks. Well, these people,
Hi.
they could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube so you can see all the fun galore, and you can watch Braun Breaker break a kid in half. But for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
Until we meet again.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Good Ducks.
Make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.